I have no hatred against Billy. This video is in the style of CinemaSins, and I don't know if this will be a series or not. And I'm not an expert when it comes to this, so please just bear with me. I might make a few mistakes, and if I do, can you please tell me in the comment section? But anyway, yeah, let's get into this video. This video was originally on Billy's channel, but because of the backlash he got, he took it down. He also blocked the people that criticize him. This shows that Billy cannot take any criticism. I think this deserves 100 cents. Can we all agree? So, flipping off the camera.
Warning, this video is intended for a mature audience. You understand? Viewer discretion is advised. Yay!
I'm actually going to remove a sin for the age warning on Billy's videos.
Alright, this is Billy Bob Tanley here, people, and this is a request from Carmen, and it was uploaded by the Odd Ones Out, and the name of this video is My Thoughts on Bluey. Okay, let's check it out. Yay. Okay.
Uncle James, can we play Space Explorer?
What the hell
Shut up
is
for a
this?
second.
It's Bluey.
I'm watching this unnaturally charming preschool show. Why are
Yeah,
you
show
watching
for
a show
kids,
for
that
babies?
Bluey shit.
Okay,
While its main target audience is children, it can also be watched by teens and adults.
kid. This show is extremely sophisticated and can be enjoyed by both children and adults. So why don't you
That's
shut
not
your
my
ignorant
thing. I
mouth
don't
and find someone who
care.
actually
I can honestly handle you saying this, but unfortunately you instead decide to just whine for the rest of this video. So I'm going to add a sin to this just once, and I won't mess with this ever again.
loves you to play your silly little space game.
You look kind of like him. Are you a Bluey too?
No, but he is in the same art style.
Crikey,
fuck?
Bingo! You can't say that to your sister! You have to say nice things! Treat others how you want to be treated,
This is some
mate.
weird furry shit.
Since I don't feel like counting how many times Billy says furry in this video, I'm just gonna add 10 cents for it. Yeah.
Oh, I really needed to hear that today. This
I
episode
don't
of
wanna
The
hear
Odd
no more.
Ones Out is called... Are you familiar with the Australian
yeah, I've seen
animated
you before.
preschool show Bluey? If your TikTok
the hell?
algorithm is anything like mine, you'll have seen a bunch of clips of this blue
I don't get on
cartoon dog
TikTok.
all over your For You page.
I did, I'd be
paired with
canceled
Subway
fast.
Surfer
Over what? All I can think of is this video itself.
highlights.
I might give it a
Wow,
shot one
TikTok.
day just to
Clips
see
of
him
a
throw me
foreign
off of
preschool
there.
Show? I thought you were supposed to cater to my interests. Let's read some
You're
of the comments on
Casper.
these Bluey TikToks, shall we? No shame, I'm a senior in high school, but I watch Bluey religiously, and this episode had me all in my feels. I'd say I had
Well,
a
you
good
got some
childhood, but I
issues
binge
then, and
Bluey
that's what
because
you're
adult life is
watching
so
to help
stressful,
you
and I'm
in your
sad, and it reminds me
fields.
of a
How is this an issue? It's literally their personal opinion, something you can't respect.
simpler time. Bluey is for everyone. I'm literally 27, and it's such a comfort show.
Well,
Bluey
then
is
this must be
absolutely
brony
destroying
type
me
of
as a
shit.
teenager.
I suppose, although bronies are grown men that like MLP, these people talking about Bluey could be any gender.
Who
I
wishes
didn't
he had
know
this childhood. In my teen
about
years and
that.
watching full episodes of Bluey. Watching Bluey high is such a fun time, dude.
I didn't know a bunch of adults watching that show.
You know, to me, I'm just thinking out loud here.
You're
It
weird
seems
looking.
like a lot of these comments weren't made by preschoolers. What's going on here? Now, if your brain
adults,
is
man,
anything
it's-
like
the
mine,
world's getting really
you'll be
creepy.
thinking,
I honestly agree. But at the same time, what does this point have to do with the video? It's not creepy for an adult to be watching the show. I'm not going to add or remove a sin for this, so yeah.
why
Every
is
day.
this show about Australian dogs so popular with adults who don't even have children? In fact,
Because there's
why
a lot
does
of,
Bluey have over 5
unstable
billion
people out
views on
there.
TikTok?
That's the best
It's
way to
searched
say
more
it.
than
Same situation with the last sin. Also drinking beer.
Paw Patrol, Peppa Pig, and Coco Melon. And why
there's
is
not
this
enough
episode
medication out
number
there
8
either.
in
Same situation with the...
IMDb's
And not enough mental
highest rated
asylums.
episodes of all time. This phenomenon intrigued me. And I was also bullied by a large number of people on my own team to watch the show. So one
Well,
day I
that was
sat
wrong
down,
for 'em to do
put
that.
on the
It's called peer pressure. Also, it's not wrong.
first episode and
What the fuck? And you became that. You became a
watched-
furry.
And a fan of the show.
all 141 episodes.
Okay,
Hang
then
on,
I will
James.
tell you.
141, but there's only 129 on Disney Plus. don't worry, my fellow obsessive Bluey fan. We're going to talk about that
Oh,
later.
God.
I work in cartoons.
We need the
and I've been
Space
to furry
Marines.
conventions. So
I
Bluey
seen
has
the damn
always
furry
been on my
face.
radar.
For those who don't know who the Space Marines are, there's a series on YT called Furry Apocalypse, where the Space Marines are assigned to kill all the furries in the show. So, if my research is correct, Billy wants the Space Marines to kill all the characters in Bluey and the odd ones out. Yeah, this deserves 50 cents.
Of shows I'm aware of. And just from the clips that I saw, I adored the art style, especially the backgrounds. So much so that my
something
very own
way
background
better than
team
that
has
shit.
studied
Like what? Can you give an example? Personally, I can't think of anything.
and taken inspiration from Bluey's backgrounds. Here you can see my backgrounds taking on a more
What the fuck's wrong with
Bluey
this
aesthetic.
planet?
You know good things happen on this earth, right? Look outside of America. You see how bad this country has fallen, and think outside it is the same.
I mean, just look at the colors, especially their greens. Oh my god.
Adults
Doesn't
are
just
going
looking at
backwards
these
and watching
backgrounds
little
bring a
kid
smile to your
shows.
This show is for all ages, so what do you mean they're going backwards?
face? While I was watching the first
I
season,
don't even go
I
into it.
realized, oh, okay, I see why this show is so popular.
Your hands
It's
are creeping me
genuinely
out.
a good show.
Why are your
We've
hands so
already established
large?
Because that's his character design, or it could be because his wrists are large.
The show is great to look at, but the voice acting, the sound design, and the
No.
music
How
are
can you hate on the music and voice acting when you haven't even heard it? This is equivalent of an anime hater disliking the music in One Piece when they haven't watched a single episode, adding 5 cents.
equally as amazing. So it's also great
There's
to
other
listen
things
to.
you can watch. It's
While most,
badass.
if
Yeah, but he didn't want to.
not all other
Kermit the
preschool
Frog.
shows will hire adults who can sound like toddlers. Bluey gets actual children to voice the actual child characters. Somehow, every
Uncomfortable,
Australian
man.
toddler
That a child actor / actress is voicing a child character in a cartoon, honestly, they have more talent than you do, Billy.
in Bluey can be so expressive and emotional.
I don't care.
It's
I don't watch
impressive that the
Bluey.
show got such a talented cast of child actors who don't sound annoying to listen to.
Turn back
Maybe
to
it's
your
just their
other
Aussie accents
whatever.
that I
His human form, aka Casper.
I don't know. The characters have so much personality.
I don't care.
And the comedic timing
I don't
is something
care.
I've
I'm
never
not
seen
interested
before
in
a
this
preschool
shit.
show. I can't think of a single time Cocomelon has made me laugh
I'm not a
this
little
much,
kid anymore.
Instead, you are an immature grown man.
even smile. The four main characters
ain't
are
even
Chili
part
and
of my
Bandit, the
childhood.
parents,
Well, yeah, the show was made in late 2018, so it's relatively new. You were still an adult at that time. Because this point is painfully obvious, I'm sitting it.
and Bluey and Bingo, the 6- and 4-year-old daughters.
What the fuck?
Yes,
Your
Bluey is a
face?
girl. You gotta catch up, dude. Come on, it's 2023.
Oh, I thought it was a
the
boy.
show also
What the
does
hell?
not hide
When I saw the show for the first time, I thought Bluey was also a boy, so I understand Billy's gender assumption. However, I'm not removing a sin because he's wrong. Instead, I'm not going to add or remove one.
the fact that it's Australian. It references
forgot.
multiple Australian locations and animals. They call flip-flops thongs, and they say things
That's
like,
just disturbing.
"Oh, no."
How the heck is this disturbing? I have two possible reasons. 1. In America, the word thong refers to what's on screen. Or 2. Billy just hates Australians for whatever reason. Either way, this comment is so ridiculous I'm adding 12 cents.
While some preschool shows focus on teaching kids numbers and letters,
What the
Bluey
fuck?
focuses on the relationship of the family and teaches its lessons through the make-pretend games that the family
and
plays.
40,
And I wanna
50-year-old
emphasize
men are
how
sitting in a
perfect
fucking
these two
circle going,
parents are. These two are the most
yay! You know,
patient
because
and
their medication,
emotionally
they're
aware
not on
parents
it.
I've
Maybe I'm just uneducated, but this comment hardly makes any sense. Adding a sin for the confusion.
seen ever. There are multiple
planet
times
is
where the parents
doomed.
Okay, but not over this.
apologize to their kids for frankly not even doing anything wrong. The dad is like the most perfect dad role model. Okay,
Creepy
check this
fucks.
out.
How is this creepy? This isn't real life.
Bingo was sad that dad didn't get to see the leaf bug outside. She was like,
Oh boy, sounds really great.
To you, this is uninteresting, but if a little kid saw a bug like this, especially for the first time, they will most likely be intrigued.
but he was too busy playing with Bluey, you know, being a present father figure in her
I
life.
don't
And
care.
at night, she's all boo-hoo about it, and he kneels down, gets to her level, and apologizes.
Somewhere a
explaining that he
50-year-old
didn't
is
hear her.
crying. Like,
Now,
oh,
I
that's
don't
so
have any kids,
beautiful.
but if
Yeah, so why exactly 50 years old?
I spent my weekend running around with toddlers, and then right before bed, one of them said, "You didn't get to see the ladybug." I would say, "That's okay. I've already seen a ladybug.
This is so
Good night.
cringe.
In one
Considering all the stupid things you said in this video, I agree, this is cringe.
episode, Chicken Rat, Bingo lost her
Chicken
favorite toy,
Rat?
and Mom
Chicken Rat does sound pretty strange, so I understand Billy's reaction, but children often come up with silly phrases like this, so I'm just gonna move on.
asks, well, where was the last place
Damn
you had
furry
it?
sitting
The
at
two
the theater.
retrace Bingo
Yeah, so?
steps, and through flashbacks, we see this bizarre day that Bluey and
This
Bingo
is some
had.
weird shit.
The very first flashback we see, Bluey and Bingo are cooking a chicken rat egg while wearing
A
weird
chicken
costumes.
rat
And
egg?
through this creative backward storytelling,
I'm losing
we piece
brain
together
cells,
what
folks.
a chicken
We do not care.
rat is and how the kids ended up in this situation. It's episodes like that which really make me appreciate the care that went into this show and really sets
Let me
Bluey
guess,
apart
the
from
adult's
every
excuse
other
for watching
preschool
this,
show.
it's
Most
spreading a
preschool shows stick to a
message, like
formula
they
and
say for the
talk down
pony
to the
shit.
Except that it's true and not an excuse.
Because typically their viewers are short. As a childless
I'm not
adult,
gonna-
I
I'm
don't
gonna
want to
have to
say,
come back
this show
some
teaches
things.
you how to be a good parent. Because I don't know how to be a
No,
good
it
parent.
doesn't.
But
You haven't even watched the show, so you have no idea if this is true or not. You're just assuming the answer is no. Also, in a different video, you stated you are never going to be a parent, so you don't even know what it means to be one. I'm not adding a sin for this because the video I'm referring to came out after this video was made.
on paper,
That's
there
this
are
shit.
lessons in this show
It's
that
for
are
little
just
kids.
as important
And adults.
for the parents to learn. So while watching season 1, I got a feel for the world.
can't believe you
and
sat there and
characters.
watched all
I
that.
started to piece together, okay, this show is depicting perfect parents. It's
You could have been
well-written and
watching some
wholesome. Anyone, regardless
actual
of having kids, can enjoy
action-packed
the show.
movies.
Let's watch the rest,
Could have been watching
shall
some
we?
or something. But no, you want to watch a
Season
children's
2
show.
and season
I had to censor that word because YT doesn't like it. You don't know what it is. It rhymes with corn. Also, what kind of suggestion is this? I really don't have a problem with action-packed movies, but corn? Would you say this to every kid, teen, and adult watching the show? This suggestion is so incredibly bad, I'm adding these many sentences.
Season 3 is when things go from 100 to 1,000.
Oh,
This is when
God, that's-
episodes cover deep
that's
and
stupid.
emotional
No, it isn't.
topics that I think toddlers are too baby to understand. Let's see, there's the struggles of keeping romance in your relationship alive.
I don't
when you have
care,
two
these are
toddlers to look
animals,
after.
too.
Why taking time
Yeah, so?
to play with your kids can have a ripple effect that lasts
A little
into
kid
adulthood.
show,
Feeling
and it's
inadequate as a
furries.
mom, what if
No, Billy. Furries are humans dressed like anthro-animals. These are actually animals.
it's like having a dad in the army, parents disagreeing on different
Well,
parenting
they're
styles,
staged below
moms getting
furries, 'cause
tipsy
furries
and
are
wide, dealing with
humanoid
infertility,
things.
abandonment,
Looks like you've corrected yourself, not removing it, so no, because of all the previous things you said.
potentially a miscarriage, that one's still up in the air, and death. Actually, that one was in season 1. You can't even compare Bluey
know
to
what
other
happened
preschool
there.
The bird died.
shows. Like, what the fuck was Dora the Explorer even doing? Was she even trying
What
to
the
entertain
fuck?
the adults who are also going to be watching her show? Dora had the same formula
Fuck this
every
planet,
episode,
man. It's
and there was
gotta
a map who
go.
sang
Billy wants the world to end. 2012 style?
a song that was just repeating the same
That laugh alone deserves a sin. Also, how is that funny?
3 words 14 times. Season 2, there's an episode where Chili is telling Bluey about how when she was a baby,
Weird names.
she wasn't
Chili,
crawling or
Bluey,
rolling over as fast as the
for
other
animals.
babies in her
Billy, this is a cartoon. Usually cartoon characters don't have common human names. That would be more boring. Also, they're not weird. They're unique.
mom group, and she compared Bluey's developmental delay to the other babies and
This
felt
is
inadequate
torture,
as a
man.
mother.
5 sins for Billy thinking this is torture. Somehow.
And then this pink
The way this
poodle
guy's
comes to
going into
console her,
detail, talk
looks
about a
directly
little
into
kid's
the
show.
camera and
Because this show has a lot of detail put into it, you just don't notice.
says, "You're doing great. I'm a he/him male
How are you disgusted by that? Honestly.
with no kids, and I still get teary-eyed just thinking about that episode." People will tell you that Bluey is a kid's show that adults can enjoy too.
Get
No,
that shit out. I'm
that
tired of
episode
people
wasn't
saying that.
for the
Well, too bad, because it's true.
For the kids, it was directed at all the moms watching who are doubting their motherhood. When has Coco Melon ever
I don't
done
know,
something
man.
like this? All the
I don't
babies
care.
stop singing mid-nursery rhyme, look directly into the camera and say, "Hey mom, just wanted to say you're doing a great job raising me. Keep up the good work." Like, no, that'll never happen. I'm still not done talking about how impressive the writing in Bluey is, okay?
I don't wanna hear
so
no more
please
about
indulge me for a bit.
Bluey.
I'm switching into video essay mode as
Please
we do a
get
deep
out of that
dive
damn
into the
form.
themes
Let him choose when he wants to.
and symbolisms of one of my favorite Bluey episodes, Flash.
Your favorite Bluey episodes. Flat. What's that say?
The entire episode is an allegory of human history told from a religious and scientific perspective, respectively. And it touches on the ever-growing relationships between a mother and child, all within 7
It's so messed
minutes.
up.
That a cartoon is talking about religious topics, you know VeggieTales did this, right? I guarantee you don't think that's messed up.
No, I'm not reading too deep into this. Let's
Yeah,
begin.
you're going into
Bandit
way
and
too much
Chili set
detail
out to
about this
build a new
little
swing for
kid
their
show.
brunch.
Because this show has a lot of detail put in.
And we get this great meta self-aware joke from Bandit
And
when
you
he
actually
complains about
watched
being
it and
stretched
enjoyed it.
saying,
Because that's his personal opinion.
I'm not taking advice from a cartoon
Shouldn't have
dog.
meant that.
Meanwhile, the girls play games with the leftover packing materials that are thrown into the water by their parents.
Fuck.
Bluey and Bingo are given bubble wrap, which they pretend is water, so they pretend they're fish.
I'm losing
then
it,
they're
folks.
given
I'm getting
cardboard,
really,
which they
really-
pretend is land, so they pretend
I know why. It's called anger issues. Billy?
and they're frogs. Then they're given tails and become lizards.
Oh,
then
God, they mentioned
T-Rexes,
tails.
Then birds, then
It remind me of
furry little animals.
Tails.
Isn't Tails a furry to you? If so, why don't you hate him? This is hypocritical of you.
Is this chart starting to look familiar? Then
No,
they're
don't
monkeys
care in
and then
this fucking
bipedal
madness.
cave dogs. What? Is that you, Mr. Darwin? Were these girls playing out the evolution of man through a silly game? Now, if
This
you
is
didn't
what-
like the evolution
I don't know.
symbolism, I know
I can't
you're
even
going
form
to
a
love
proper
the parents
sentence.
being an allegory for
I just can't
the
believe you sound so
creators.
excited talking
You know,
about
the
this.
big
Because he liked it.
guy upstairs, the whatever you believe is going on. The parents supply the girls with their entire world.
Well, we know
They
what
give
your
the
belief is
girls
going
the
on.
sea,
You're in furry
the
land.
the volcanoes,
You think
and
there's
the
a
trees.
fucking wolf
in these
happy
cave paintings
thing
the
in the
girls make
sky.
that tell their
What are you talking about?
history, they depict the parents as gods, higher up and in the clouds. They do look a little angry. Perhaps they're still in the Old Testament.
Really?
The parents
So,
being
yeah.
the creators is hinted at again by
Oh my
Chili
God,
when
in
she
this
looks at the
fucking
girls
madness,
lovingly
shit.
saying, "Aw, we made them."
Look at him sit. He's
The
jerking
parents
off
give
sitting
the
there
girls an
watching
Allen
that shit.
wrench, aka
He's like,
tools, and one industrial
I don't know what to say. 25 cents.
revolution later, the girls evolve from cave dogs to modern dogs, building futuristic
they're
towns
dogs.
and
That's what they're
spaceships.
supposed to be.
Throughout the episode, as the girls go through different stages of evolution,
They're-
they
they're-
also
they're-
go through
yeah, they're
different
in the early
stages of their
stages of
lives
a
as
furry.
mother.
What kind of childhood did you have growing up? Did you never pretend to be an animal or even anything? I don't need to explain why this point is stupid. 10 cents.
And child.
They're getting ready
As
to get to
fish,
that next
Bluey says
level
that she's the
of
mommy fish and
cringiness and
Bingo is the
creepiness.
baby.
Billy somehow thinks that is creepy and cringy. Let that sink in.
Then, as frogs, Bingo pretends to be a toddler, and Bluey teaches her how to catch flies.
He's getting
then,
on
as
all
T-Rexes,
fours.
Bingo becomes
You call Bluey a he? Bluey is a she. Also, either you have a dirty mind or you think Bluey on all fours resembles a dog too much.
a big girl. Then, as cave dogs, she's a teenager, and finally,
I
in the
don't
last
care,
stage,
man. Look, he's
all
still
grown
sitting
up,
there with his
ready
eyes
to
like
traverse
really
the
looking at
universe
it. Like,
on her
oh
own.
God.
She
Well, we can't see your eyes because of your sunglasses, so this comment is pointless.
thanks Bluey for looking after her and leaves on her spaceship. Bluey, now much older, as shown by her having to use a cane,
This is what
crosses the
YouTube
styrofoam
loves now.
threshold,
They
which
love this
represents
type of
her
shit.
death.
I suppose on YT Kids, but on regular YouTube I don't see it as much. Maybe it's because I'm not into Elsagate, if you know what that means.
And she gets to live with her creators. All while this orchestral masterpiece is playing, and suddenly you realize you're crying? When did that start? And then Bandit ties
Can
the
we just-
allegory all together at the very
Vegeta,
end, saying,
please. Final Flash times
is
100.
heaven.
All of your non-Dragon Ball Z fans are going to be confused as to what you're talking about. Also, Billy wants the world to end. Again. Also, you know you're going to blow yourself up, right? I guess you don't care about your life. And where's Vegeta going to live?
Are you
Towards this
joshing me
planet.
right now? This preschool show was able to tell a clever allegorical story with tasteful religious undertones in how many minutes?
I don't
Did
care.
you
I'm
just
not
make me
interested in
feel
this fucking
emotions
show.
over a cartoon dog? This isn't the only episode you can make an
This is a
in-depth
cartoon
video
for little
essay on.
kids.
And adults.
There are plenty of other episodes that hit just as hard as this one. While I was doing research
Yeah,
for
stay
this
in your
video,
Casper
it got me
form.
thinking about another
your giant
foreign animated
hams.
kid show with 8-minute-long episodes
Peppa
that focus
Pig,
on a
wow.
family of 2 toddlers. Except,
Fucking weird.
unlike Bluey, this show is universally hated.
That's
Caillou,
still.
it's Caillou.
For this entire segment, this is when Billy is very valid, so I won't be adding any sin.
Oh
I
God,
had
don't
this idea in
go
my
on here
head
about
that
Caillou,
people only
please.
hated
Come
Caillou
on, I thought
because
he was
a more
dead.
accurate portrayal of a toddler. But in the handful of Caillou episodes
fuck?
I watched, I was reminded, oh no, that's why people hate Caillou. Because he
No one
sucks.
likes Caillou.
His brattiness isn't even important
But
to
he's
the
been
plot.
around for
It
a long
comes out
time.
of
He should be an
nowhere.
adult by
Caillou will be
now.
getting
Agreed. Caillou has been 4 years old since 1997. This boy does not age.
ready in the morning. He spills cat food and says, "Gilbert, look what you
That
did."
voice.
Yeah, it is extremely annoying.
He's at
You
the
just
beach
had to
and
do
this
that, didn't
bird
you?
who's done nothing wrong gets told to go away. And there's a bunch more examples of Caillou being
I
a
don't know what-
whiny piece
Caillou's
of shit.
just to
And I
torture
can't
people.
help but think that Caillou's screeching, piercing, whiny voice does not help him be a likable
Well, you need to
character.
watch more
I
Caillou
bet
then.
real
Because he's talking about a show you don't like makes sense.
toddlers can be little punks sometimes, but why would you show that in your cartoon and not have him learn any lesson?
He is a
There's
bully.
never a lesson learned in Caillou. Since Caillou was a brat all the time,
I don't
a
know
lot
why
of
that's
people,
things
myself
people
included,
still talk about
wondered
it.
why Caillou's parents never disciplined or even tried to change his bratty
His
behavior.
parents are little
But after
pushover
I thought
pussies.
about it,
Yep, he is never told no.
Jeez.
I realized it would be a very weird episode of Caillou if one day Caillou's mom was like, Caillou,
Oh, she needs to
what
beat
did you
the
do to
shit
your
out of him.
sister? I made her look pretty, Mommy.
Oh my
Caillou,
God.
that was Mommy's expensive makeup. How many times do I have to tell you not to touch
She don't
Mommy's
get mad.
things? Come here, you little twit.
They need to do something to him, though. That's never going to happen, though, because, they go to jail for it.
As long as this isn't done in public, not necessarily. Like Billy, I also think he needs to be beaten. He's never going to be bad if this is done to him. Not adding or removing a sin for this.
So Caillou's allowed to grow up, or not grow up,
That
just
kid
do what he
Caillou is
wants.
coming to him.
He probably
I don't know,
kicks
maybe that
animals.
episode would be cathartic to some parents. Anyways, getting back to the actual best children's show ever, even though Bluey
Best
is
children's
literally
show.
the most mentally intelligent and educational show for the minds of children, teens, adults, and parents,
Yeah, that's messed up when you got all of them
unnamed
watching
mouse
it.
How?
company decided to censor some of the episodes on their platform.
I'm sure there's some
It's
creepy
the
guys out there
strangest
jerking
things that
off
got
to it,
censored,
too.
This could be possible, but, like, this point is stupid. I'm adding a sin for it.
This horse pooping, Bandit
what the
getting hit in the
fuck?
groin, Bandit saying the word groin. This hitchhiker is no longer from
Well, see,
Argentina. That one's
why
kind of
they-
weird.
'cause-
This
never mind.
pretend cat saying it will pretend pee on the curtains.
Maybe
Bandit
groin's not a
hinting
bad
at
word
wanting
to
to get
anybody anymore.
snip, snip down there. Adults, you know what I'm talking about. And the last 10 episodes of season
There's
3,
other things you
which are
can
some of the
watch.
Yeah, so,
deepest episodes in the series, aren't
What
even
the
on
fu-
Disney Plus. But that could just be a licensing thing. I don't know. I kept
Disney's
waiting
the
for
evil
infertility
corporation.
episode.
it has gotten woke, but I wouldn't say evil.
I heard so much about it. I finally got to the last
And now you're back in
episode
your
on
furry
Disney
form
Plus and
watching
thought,
this weird shit.
Oh, okay. They're saving.
You can
the
do anything
deepest
else of
one
your
for
time, and this,
last.
you choose to
All
watch
right, let's do
Bluey.
Because that's what he wanted to do.
this. And the episode was about the
Oh, a
family
whole bunch
playing
of
courtroom
episodes.
to determine if Bandit farted. I hope this video convinced you to give Bluey
This
a chance.
video made me lose brain
I mean, you're still
cells.
We do not.
here listening to a grown man talk about it, so you got to be at least a little.
I'm only watching this
interested in
'cause
it.
somebody
For its
requested this
relatable
shit.
and
Whoever requested this is probably disappointed by your reaction. It was probably a waste of money for them.
realistic
And I'm
portrayal
not
of family
interested.
life. The show has not only entertained but also taught valuable life
I'm gonna
lessons
go
to
look
its
up some,
viewers.
also
the show's
Akira.
emphasis on
What did you say? Did you say awesome Akira?
play and
And
family
try to forget
bonding
I even
is
seen
so
this shit,
refreshing to
'cause this
see
was
compared to the
torture!
usual
Torture.
fast-paced, mind-numbing shows aimed at kids. Bluey reminds us all the importance of spending time
Fuck
with loved
this,
ones
man.
and finding joy in the everyday.
And I'm still age restricting this
And if you
video.
Why? Because of your bad language?
So there's your cringe of the day, folks.
Only cringe was you. Also, flipping off the camera. Again. Alright, so the sin total is 350 and the sentence is respect opinion. So anyway, yeah, I'm done.